Hello there, Internet. Hello there, YouTube. Welcome back. Hammer Gamer is doing a new solo hardcore playthrough of X-Men Legends 2. Eventually wanting to do every character and then maybe a challenge run or two on top. We'll see. I might get sick of it first. Hopefully not, though. I've been playing this game for 20 years. I don't see any reason why I should. Anyway, let's get in there and let us continue. Or rather, let us begin.
Let the games begin.
And here we are. The red is the classic, right? I kind of like the AoE though, but let's go with the classic. It's gotta be the classic. So Juggernaut, early game, it's going to be very similar to like Rogue or Colossus, but you're going to see like just how nice it is to be fast. You know, he's just faster than them, and it's so much nicer. He doesn't have invincibility to look forward to, as Colossus and Rogue does. I think, setting aside Pyro, Sunfire, who are essentially the same character, Colossus and Rogue are kind of the tanks of the game in that they can be genuinely invincible. But Colossus. Juggernaut does have access to some good damage mitigation that doesn't require him to use ult. There's an argument to be made there, but either way, he's certainly more. I would put him with the group of heroes like Wolverine, Sabretooth, Toad, Nightcrawler, where it's like they're not invincible, but they're fast and they do a lot of damage. So they should be able to kill stuff before it can really mess with them too much. And you can see, like right off, it's just. Like, life is just good when you're fast. It's just, life is easier. Everything is easier. Your windows for doing things, you know, the amount of time you have to spend hiding, all that, it's all reduced. Everything's just more comfortable. You take less damage because you kill stuff faster. So, you use less resources. Which means you can be a little bit more bullheaded like this. Like you don't have to necessarily juke out every attack. You can eat some. Like you are going to get potions. But you can play carefully if you want to. And when you have to play carefully, the odds of you getting winged are much lower. You know, like Rogue and Colossus is level 1 attack is so slow that like even if you bait out an attack and juke it out, and then you you dodge it, and then you turn like that, and then you go whoop, and you womp them, the recovery frames on it are so long that unless you one-shot, which you rarely will, because they don't do that much damage, they will just turn around and attack you again. So you're sparing yourself one attack, but one is just like a given. You're going to get beaten up when you fight. There's no way to do it clean. And like, I'm like not really paying that much attention to this, but this is pretty clean. Like, I'm not taking too much damage doing this, especially compared to what Rogue or Colossus would deal with. And they would have to pull everything into that choke and just keep kiting back, and it would be so much slower. You know, they can't just stand in the open here and just, you know, juke stuff out and kill it. And this is where, you know, as I say, Juggernaut comes into his own. Now, in a solo hardcore playthrough, you could definitely make an argument that Juggernaut is more likely to get killed later on in the game. And he is. He doesn't have a button where he can just say, I press this button and nothing can kill me. But he usually kills stuff before it can kill him. And, anyway. So right now, we do want to start pumping Cedarac's shield at some point, because this is kind of our damage mitigation. But at the same time, we'll probably want at least 1 point in that. So let's just go ahead. We'll put our requisite point in Critical Strike. Gives us a little bit more chance of doubling our damage, which is nice. Mostly against bosses at this point. You know, our ability typically one-shots right now, which is like... And the beautiful thing is, if it doesn't one-shot, it stuns. So, you know, your odds of, like, eating a bunch of damage because you're getting punished because you didn't one-shot something, go down even lower. Like, it's just... There's just no contest. And I'm not just saying this to like dump on Rogue, because as I said, Colossus has the same problem. Like, he can get through the early game a little bit easier than Rogue, purely because he has steel skin, and he can afford to eat a few shots. But I'll let you know this, those little bugs that we're coming up on, the most dangerous thing in the game, the things that will end more of your runs than anything else, I promise you, those little bugs they don't do physical damage. So steel skin doesn't even work on them. I mean, it still helps, but Lord, it's so rough getting through that early game with someone who's slow. Or who doesn't have enough DPS, and who doesn't have the range advantage. Because there are other slow characters, like Magneto can definitely struggle in there, and I would rate him like A tier. He's one of the strongest characters in the game. But he can struggle in there. But at least you have the range advantage. If you're slow, if you're methodical, if you take care, the odds that you die down there are low. Your main worry is like your EP running out and then having the temptation to like go in and try to melee stuff. And it's like, if it's getting that rough, what you have to just do is say, okay, I have a decent focus score. I just have to sit and wait and be patient for my EP to regen. And then go back, and even if it's literally like, I sit in this room, wait for it to regen, go into that room, kill one thing, come back here. Like, if that's how you have to do it, that's how you have to do it. Yeah, but the characters who struggle the most in the early game, definitely Magneto. Magneto can definitely struggle. Rogue hugely struggles. Colossus struggles a lot. I think the one who struggles the most is probably Scarlet Witch, because I don't know, it's hard to say. Again, she does have the range advantage, but her ability is a very slow projectile that you can't really snipe stuff with. You have to kind of spam it down like lanes, and then it's like you don't really have the EP to spam it, so it's sort of lose-lose. I mean, look, in theory, it does give you an ability that if you are patient enough, you can go into a room, you can kill one enemy with it, you can go into another room and wait for like your whole bar of EP to generate if need be. Like, so in theory, yes, it gives you that, but oh my god, actually doing that, you don't want to do that. And as always, when you're playing a melee character, the first thing you're doing for a while is you are just absolutely pumping focus. Because you desperately need a bigger EP pool, you desperately need a better chance of... so another thing focus does, I've never really mentioned, because I just kind of take it for granted, is it gives you a chance that the effect of an EP potion will be doubled, and it's the same thing with body, so it's like the more you have this just random dice roll chance of your potion having a double effect, which is really good. And here we are. These are the most dangerous enemy in the game. Not necessarily them, but the little guys that they produce. And as you can see, you know, it already gets a little bit dicey. Now we gotta trigger all these floor traps. And you always want to dive them. And this is the thing. When you have a reliable attack that you can just kind of run straight at them, delete them, and then deal with everything else, Lord, your life becomes so much easier. Half the problem with playing with someone like Scarlet Witch, with Rogue, whatever, is the little guys come out, they start taking space, they start getting in the way, they kind of body block for the big guys, you have to kind of peel them away, and while you're peeling them away, more and more, you know, more of them are spawning, and then there's 7 or 8 of the little bastards chasing you around. And it's like, yeah, you can kite them away and then come back and get the spawners, but like, it takes so long, and then you have to deal with like this wave of little guys. Whereas if you have damage like this, you just walk straight on the big guy, boom, boom, get rid of him. Now he's probably only spawned one little guy in that time, and life is good. But as always in here, we just literally run around. We're just running around, we're looking for these guys. Don't want them to start spawning these little guys. Little guys are so dangerous. They do a lot of damage. There's almost no cooldown between their attacks, so it's really difficult to juke them out. They're immune to a lot of CC, though thankfully, another point in Juggernaut's favor is he stuns stuff and they're not immune to stun. But the real zinger with the little guys is just the fact that, like, once they start coming out in numbers, it, like, massively multiplies the threat that they represent, because so many of them can interact with your hitbox at one time. Like, with the big guys, it's like 3, maybe 4. With the little guys, it's like 6, 7. And when there's like 6, 7 of them, and you like try to wade into that, they will absolutely wreck you. They will completely bollock you. They shouldn't kill you at this stage of the game. But at this stage of the game, stuff doesn't need to kill you. It just needs to make sure you're spending more life killing them than the potions they drop. Because eventually, you just run out of resources. Also, for what it's worth, I haven't even put a single piece of gear on. Like, I do have some extremely basic gear that I could put on. There's +2 minimum damage, +2 EP per knockout. Like, these are actually, like, decent gear pieces. Like, not decent, but they're not doing nothing for me. And, I'm not even putting them on. Like I said, this guy just has a really comfy early game. When you're fast, life is good. Life is easy. And we want to keep pumping this rather than this, but... we might have to put a few points in Thunder Punch just to get us through. That's what this first ability is called, by the way. Just to get us through. We can always get redistributed. But like, look how smooth this is compared to Rogue. And again, compared to Colossus too. I'm not. They're both pretty much a wash in the early game. They both stink. But like I said, at least Colossus has iron skins. And as always, we want to kill these annoying little robots because, there's a big old boss pack in the next room, and I always try to take that seriously, even if I'm on a strong character. But the only character that I won't take that room, like I won't show any respect for that room, is like Pyro, Sunfire, and maybe Nightcrawler. Pyro and Sunfire because their level 1 ability is so much better than anyone else's level 1 ability in the game, right? It's like, it still takes 20 skill points to max. It's the only level 1 ability in the game that you could max and build a build around. It's that good. It's just an explosion, like a huge AoE explosion. It's genuinely massive, and the damage is good. Like, you will just walk into like these guys and just boom, 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 like 4 or 5 of them will die on your second pass. So, it's really hard for them to swarm you, but also you have range advantage, so if you need to kite, you can kite. So you just have everything going for you. Like, you have fat AoE, and you have range, and you have damage. And as I say, Nightcrawler is a close second. He has to kind of run at stuff, and this is dangerous. We don't want to like totally disrespect it. But the aura's gone now, so... we can be a little bit more aggressive. The Juggernaut wins again. Yeah. And it's so easy to have a decent EP economy as well when you're actually like killing stuff consistently with one attack. I'm not having to like eat potion after potion after potion. But see how smooth this goes. Like, it's just so much easier. Like, we still have 9 potions. And Jugs gets like a lot stronger than this. He really does get strong enough to just kind of walk through the game. Like, he has everything you want. So in terms of like the types of damage that you want, he's got an ability called Bull Rush, which is basically his version of Colossus's Siberian Express. It's really freaking good. You can leave it level 1 because he also has an extreme that allows you to one-shot everything. So you just kind of put that extreme on and you just charge through every edge. You just boom, 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 boom. They all just explode. It's really devastating. Like, elites, boss mobs, it just doesn't care. Like, I think the only stuff that doesn't get one-shot is, like, things with combo shields or, like, protected by minion or whatever. Even then, I'm not sure. I think it might only be, like, act bosses and stuff that don't actually get one-shot, like special bosses and act bosses. We'll see. I haven't done this in a while. Marvelous is... Oh, Lord, 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 Lord. Look at this. Look at this. Like... Look at our damage. Look at it go up. It goes up by like a factor of, like a third. And then you have to remember, that damage is then getting increased by 250%. So this is not +3 to damage. You know, this is like +9 or something when you tally it out. But then the total is then getting a 31% bonus from the strike. So yeah, this sort of stuff, when you start adding damage gear, it really goes hard. Like you can see, like, we can kind of just wade through these guys now. And like even our auto attacks can kind of chunk them down quite nicely. I mean, I am being a little bit silly in just kind of toe-to-toeing it. But, you know, we can do it if we want. And it's like we were pretty much already pretty consistently one-shotting anyway. Now we're just like, we don't even have to worry about it. And the situation is so nice that I kind of can just like take some damage. It doesn't matter. Like they just get two-shotted by heavy attacks. Oh no, I got stuck in the floor. But like, see this, when we need to put a lot, like when we just need to like lay into a group and just like spam this again and again and again, it just works. Like this and Toad's Hammer Kick, I would say, probably on about the same level. But this stuns and Hammer Kick doesn't. So there's some advantage. This also moves you forward. And that can be an advantage, but it can also be a disadvantage. Like, Hammer Kick is stationary, and I think Hammer Kick's cooldown for like spamming it over and over again is just a smidge better. But this has the stun. The stun is nice. I like the stun. And like, look at this. We just killed them. And like, we use half our EP, but like the regen is not that bad because we've been pumping focus. It's only going to get better. We can always stop for a second or two, just like give it a second, see what we get. Now this is a bit scary. We want to kite these big guys out if we can. And just like every full-size enemy I can kind of snipe. Ooh, that hurt. Yeah. And you see how easy it is to just get in and assassinate something when you actually can like just put consistent effective damage on target. It's that simple. It's just like, whoop, done. And, you know, that probably would have run us back, like, in 3 rooms back if we were doing that as Colossus or Rogue or something. It would have been horrible. And a huge swarm of those little guys would have been out. And these guys just get one-shotted. Oh, we're going to have to portal back, okay. Damn, we got pretty lucky on the gear. Sometimes the game, like, you know, senses your weakness and goes into the kill when you're playing it like a kind of janky build. Other times it will be almost charitable to you, but this isn't a janky build. Every build in this game is very equipment reliant. Every hero. Look at this, we're gonna have a good chunk of credits. Let me just see what he actually has. He might have something worth buying, but probably not, because... Actually, hold on. Psychic?
I might remind you, all sales are...
Oh, hell yeah, that's going to be huge. And then we grab a bonus skill point. And I don't mind going down to like 1,000 gold. I call it gold. It's not gold, obviously, but whatever. Because now, like with all this bonus damage, like we're just going to walk through it. It's not going to be a problem for us. And what do we have here? It feels like such a wasted skill point to get that extra point in might, but it is what it is. I don't really want to stack critical strike. I want to like start getting points and things like balance form is something I'm going to want to max like as soon as I can get it. But I guess we're going to need critical strike. Just to get us through the other game. We will get it redistributed at some point, so I don't need to stress too much about where my points are going or blah blah blah. And yeah, you're gonna see now, like, we probably won't even need abilities to kill like normal mobs. We just kind of walk through them with auto attacks because, you know, we just got so much added damage now. But when you have a combination of physical and non-physical on a physical character, it's so like. I mean, look. they're just auto attacks, and we just crunch them. Like they're just absolutely gone. It's not even like literally one shot, one shot, one shot. The funny thing is, so like, I'm not worried about the early game with Juggernaut, but I am a little bit worried about the late game. And part of the problem is, he still has to run at stuff, and he isn't invincible. So there are some enemies in this game that are just very, very freaking dangerous to run at, like Morlock Razors. If they have enhanced damage on them, they shotgun with their, like, you can't run at them.
The X-Men and the Brotherhood working together.
So we're going to have to get Juggernaut's other extreme, which is kind of like a screen-wide explosion that stuns everything. We're going to need that, so we can stun stuff and then just run around and clean their clock. But that does mean that we're going to be using... You know, that means that like every time I come up against a dangerous range mob, I need to have an extreme token to make them like approachable. You know, I can't just sort of like put up one invincibility and run through three dangerous mobs. Like you can with Colossus or Rogue or something, where you can even kite them all together and then pop your invincibility and deal with them all, you know, in one swoop. We can't really do that. At least not against ranged enemies. Oh no, Flounder. Get out of here. And look at this. Like, we just don't even, it doesn't matter. Like, what do we do with our skill points? It doesn't really matter. We're killing it. We'll just hold on to them. Fighting on the slope is so... not particularly intelligent on me. Even attacks that are typically not that hard to land. I think in a four-man team, I think Juggernaut's probably the best tank, but it also depends on what you want your tank to do. Like, if you just want your tank to, like, soak up damage and be invincible, then, like, Rogue or Colossus is probably slightly better. But if you want a tank to be someone who, like, just goes in front line and does lots of damage, like, preferably without dying, but they can die, then I would say Juggernaut's the better pick. Because Juggernaut out-damages all three, all of them. He does. I don't know if he necessarily out-damages like Wolverine and Sabretooth. They do a lot of damage. And same thing with Toad. But he's up there. He's definitely up there. And he can really chunk bosses fast as well. He just does a lot of freaking damage. You know, the fact of the matter is you essentially can build him as a boss killer because you have that ability to just one-tap normal mobs.
The Juggernaut wins again. Ooh, yeah.
As I say, we did get like some really nice luck with our equipment. So the damage is looking like the damage wasn't bad even when we had no equipment. We were still one-shotting most things. We weren't at the point where we could just like walk through them with auto attacks, which is what we're getting now. Drain. Nice, get him from a distance. Save ourselves grief. I'm not, I just want the text issue, man, please. This jerk just doesn't want to interact with me. And we should chunk Grizzly pretty quickly, although, as always, it's just a teensy bit of a faff fighting him as a melee character. Alright, I pressed the wrong button. Alright, press the wrong button again. Alright, there we go. Like, see how few hits we're eating compared to Rogue? Just because, like, we're not eternally locked into the freaking recovery frames of our damage ability. The damage, I don't think this is really any better than it was with Rogue. Which is crazy considering the gear we have, but it is what it is. I think she had a couple of points in Smash at this point. So it would make sense that her damage is a little bit higher, though the EP cost would have been commensurately higher. But, like, it's just... we're just getting beaten up so much less. And another level. Done nice. Now, let's book it out of here. Let's go to these nasty caverns. Work our way to Genosha. You see, like, on some characters, I won't let those robots exist behind me. I always hunt them down before I push on. But when you have this much damage and you're fast, you can take risks. And so now we have this one. This one does really bad damage, as you can see, compared to this. It does hit more enemies, but it's not really worth using. I gotta get a point in block, I think. Hold on. Let's make sure we have ready access to block. Okay. So yeah, now we have like the little spinny punch, which gives us a little bit more like ad clear. It usually typically you wouldn't use it because it doesn't have the stun of Thunder Punch, and it only consistently hits more enemies if you're surrounded, and it does a lot less damage. It does like half the damage. But if you've got enough ad damage gear and it can one shot, you know, if you're lucky, like we currently are, then you might as well take full advantage of it. And, you know, just as Rogue could, we can still take full advantage of all these, like, heavy throwables. These chunky ass boulders that will just one-shot stuff. That'll make your life a little bit easy, you know, just get rid of that guy so I don't have to worry about him. Yeah, see how we can almost kind of like deliberately wade into the middle of them and just get out of here. It's so nice. The only thing is, man, I wish he had flight. I wish he had some kind of movement. Like, it's so frustrating just walking through the game at normal speed. Especially when you're a melee character. Like, he will eventually unlock Bull Rush, which is not the worst movement ability. You know, it kind of gets the job done. But it's not, like, you can't use it the way you can with flight. You will just run out of EP if you keep sort of just running everywhere with it. And we're just really having a comfy time here, taking it nice and easy. I've got like 3 points in a buff that I'm not even using. Which actually reminds me, I need to make sure that buff is in a quick power. No. Will it only go over block? If so, that's super annoying. Alright, well I need to know what number it is so I can... And the duration on that is not the worst as things stand. It's the kind of thing that you would only put up if there was like a high damage elite pack that you want some damage reduction against. Speak of the devil. When I say damage solves all your problems, if you watched the Rogue playthrough, you saw how slow and how many things were causing us problems, and how the extent of the problems that they were causing us. You know. And like her on paper damage is not even that much worse. Her on paper DPS is considerably worse just because her ability can't be spammed as fast. But then it's like, it's, you know, it's cut down even further by all the misses you get. There's sometimes you just need to make something disappear. You know, something is a problem, and if you have the damage, you can just say, like, I'm just getting rid of that problem. Goodbye. Now I'm going to move on and deal with another problem. Alright. Like, when you have to make space for yourself, just boom, 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 you make the space. Whereas when you don't have damage, it's like you constantly need space because you're constantly kiting back and running away and trying to find a choke and trying to bait stuff into chokes and into doorways when you can, like, you know, just chip them down one at a time. And the longer fights take, the more time you spend playing, the bigger the chance that you'll make some really stupid mistake that'll get you killed. And it shouldn't be like that. I get it. It's like if you know how to ride a bike, you shouldn't just randomly forget. But it actually do be like that. Impatience and frustration will get you killed easily. Like, if you are having fun and if you think that, like, the experience is smooth, whether you can, you know, whether your hero is, like, invincible or made of paper, it doesn't matter. If they have a gameplay loop that permits them to win the game and you, like, are having fun with it, and you find, you know, you think it's, like, smooth and it's like, it's something that's, like, you can execute it, you're not, like, wandering around, like, can I do this? Can I get the damage on type? Can I maintain the EP economy or the extreme economy or whatever else I need to make it through here? You're not asking that. You're just like, I know I can do this. I might fuck it up, but I don't think so. And yeah, overconfidence can be a killer too, but... And as you can see, it's not like we take no damage. It's just, it doesn't matter. We kill stuff while taking little enough damage that... And these guys are immune to most CC, but as you can see, they are not immune to stun. Which is great, because this guy, because they're one of the most dangerous early game enemies. They're extremely tanky. And they output decent damage, and as I say, they can't be CC'd in the sense that like you can't knock them over or shove them back or throw them off a ledge or something. You can stun them, you can debuff them. Pardon me. If I were reworking Rogue, I would probably make it so that energy overflow stuns, and I'd give it like a really long, generous stun duration, kind of like Cyclops' Optic Flash, because the damage is not particularly amazing and the casting speed is extremely slow. So give it at least like one good utility, where it's like, if I fully max this thing, it's going to stun stuff for like, 3 or 4 seconds, really nice long stun. And then, like, I don't know, take the stun off Tremor, maybe make Tremor a knockdown. And it's like, that makes Tremor weaker, but also, like Tremor is... The damage of Tremor is good enough that it doesn't need CC. So CC on Tremor is just kind of like an added benefit, whereas Energy Overflow kind of needs something. It needs some CC or something. But that's what I would do. I mean, obviously, I would much rather... see Rogue just fixed, like see her energy theft ability work on more things, or at least have utility outside of stealing powers. Like if you can't steal someone's powers, then yeah, if I can't steal someone's powers, then, I don't know, like, let me have a damage boost. Or, like, maybe it can damage boost specifically energy overflow or something. It would need to be significant. It would need to be very significant. Because if you think about it, like, Power Theft is a slow ability, and it requires you to basically, like, touch something. And it's going to stun one enemy, but the odds that you're only going to be touching one enemy if you, like, wade toe-to-toe with a group pretty low. So the risk that it presents, that using it presents, is pretty high. The reward should be very good. And then it's like, if it were going to buff energy overflow, like, let's say, in theory, let's say it buffs energy overflow, then energy overflow is also a very slow ability. So, like, if you have to hit someone with power theft, which is slow, and like by the time you use power theft, a good character has already killed them all. Like, it's that simple. So, it would at least have to turn energy overflow into like a really consistent one shot, where it's like, well, you have to do it in 2 steps, but that's fine. Not everyone needs to be S tier. But I don't know. I'm just kind of like thinking to myself about like how I would make Rogue better, because like there's more to Rogue's power set than just having stolen Miss Marvel's powers. you know, she has her own power, and it's like it's just not really represented in the game. Aside from with one ability that doesn't really work, and it's not the best even when it does work.
You'll never win.
Honestly, for power theft, I would probably just give Rogue a passive, maybe, that just like she gets a very short stun duration on her normal melee attacks. And, I don't know, steals EP with her normal melee attacks, or something like that, where it's like... And the button for that is not in a particularly accessible location where I can easily get to it, but that's fine. Just need a little bit of muscle memory. But yeah, I would love to see some of the stuff in this game reworked if they did a remaster. A remaster of this game would be so freaking fire. Especially if they did 1 and 2. Like, just make it a kind of full saga. Like, that's a pretty sizable and nasty boss mob to be able to just go toe-to-toe with like that. And, I mean, you saw they did a decent chunk of damage to us. I had to definitely eat some potions there. But with that shield up, the odds of them being able to burst you down before you take potions are pretty low.
Yeah, I'm unstoppable.
It appears my
My steam the color. Oh, get out of my way. Horrible cave dude. But yeah, I think a lot of the characters in this game, like, if someone were to say, you know, oh, remaster this game, what would you change? Like, I wouldn't really change anything. Maybe, there are some abilities in this game that are just kind of like, oh, well, once you have this, there's no point in having that. Like, Kurt, for example, has an ability called Teleport Attack, where he teleports to someone and just whomps them. But then he gets an ability called Teleport Frenzy,
surprising indeed. How do I continue?
which has a bigger damage multiplier, and which can land multiple hits for a single cast. So if there's one enemy, you know, it can land like up to 5 hits on them, and they stun. So, you know, there's just literally no point. There's no reason. There's no way you can get value out of teleport attack when you have teleport frenzy, and it would be insane to put points in teleport attack when you're going to unlock teleport frenzy.
Don't not.
And you see how nice it is to have block. The only thing is I'm running out of EP. little bit slow because we never went back to get fresh EP pots, but extremely easy. Part of that is also just, you know, play more, you get the rhythms down, and, you know, just having the rhythm down to bully him with block as a melee character, which is, you know, that's how you do it. And I guess I should portal back, sell stuff, you know, come back, blah, blah, blah. We'll do that now.
Quickly, get out of
Get out of here. And we'll grab some EP pots. Like, how many times did I have to go back and buy EP pots as Rogue? It was crazy.
Hello. I think you'll find the prices to be most reasonable.
And beautiful. Alright. Yes, thank you. And the progression continues. From here, it's pretty much a straight
Thank heaven.
sprint to the end of the act and the act boss.
Let's light him up.
Light 'em up.
Should have got out of my way.
I really don't want to lose with this guy. Because I lost with Toad. Which was frustrating, because I feel like I played worse characters and played through the conclusion, like Cyclops, for example. We got through with him just fine. The melee focused Jean, like, she has some fights that I just can't, like, it's just so painful because, like, for example, her in the Archangel fight, you have to break those teleporter arms. She just has to, like, punch them until they break, and it genuinely takes like 30 seconds to break each one of them, while like infinites are coming to hard CCU and chain CCU and do loads of damage. It's really, really hard fight. And you have a similar problem against Strife, where you have to break the Brain Trust tanks. And that takes forever. Thankfully, Strife does very little damage, so you can kind of just, you know, get yourself into a corner and accept that he's gonna wail on you. But yeah, the fact that those tanks will like stun you when you hit them, it's really, really brutal. You have to try and like grab barrels or something, because the barrels will do a lot of damage. You can throw the barrels at them, particularly compared to your auto attacks. And it's just like, you know, if anything touches you while you're moving, like while you're walking with a barrel, you breaks in your hands. So it's very, very easy to lose your barrel, and there's only a finite number of barrels per tube that you need to destroy. So the odds of you actually destroying them with the barrels are pretty low. But if you can chip their health down a little bit, that's obviously much better than nothing. Yeah, Thunder Punch is still doing its proud. It's fast, it hits hard, it's done. It's like, what more do you want? And you see just how aggressive we can play. And even with no ult, I'm just not that worried about getting punished because if I really let loose, I can kind of just kill everything before it kills me. Nice. Hold on. Okay, but it's an upgrade. It's actually a non-trivial upgrade. It's like 40% more damage. That's crazy. It won't be as noticeable now, but still a big upgrade. We can't get actually. Finally, doing this for the Brotherhood character, I can get in here. I mean, I missed the other homing beacon, the one that you have to fly or build a bridge to get to, so... You know, we'll only get one bonus EXP, but I would rather get one than none, so... And now I kind of just want to book it. Get to the blob. If this jerk wants to follow me, we'll turn around and kill him eventually. But... I don't have a word problem. And it's just a different game when you have damage. Like, the things that you can just ignore and be like, okay, I'll just turn around and kill you in my own time. Because I'm not worried about having to, like, kite back a trillion, you know, meters. Just slowly, like, peel an onion and chip away at stuff. I know that if a bunch of enemies come, I can kill them. I don't need space to kill them. Like, I can just make all the space I need. And... Lord, the good luck just continues. We have 3 pieces of add damage gear. Only one of them is 100% optimal, but that doesn't matter. Even suboptimal add damage gear is better than no damage gear. Ugh, getting across on this side is super painful. I hate it so much. I don't know why they put a freaking platform. Like, I don't know why you have to be like pixel perfect on this jump. Especially frustrating because it like forces me to reorient my camera every single time I fail. I really hate this. I don't want to do a platforming puzzle in a 3D game that clearly has like extremely rudimentary jump physics. This is what I mean when I say like this is really crappy game design. It's like, oh, we want you to bring someone who can like fly or has a double jump or a beam or something. Like, we're not gonna like actually put any effort into like, you know, Like, we're just gonna make you suffer if you don't do it. Like, this is genuinely awful. I forgot how painful this bit can be. And some characters just, like, just get completely stiffed here. Like, I swear some characters can jump further and some just can't. It's so stupid. Like, why? Why is it like this, man? Like, what? You know what? I don't fucking care. Fuck this. I'm just gonna get someone who can fly. But then it's like, I have nowhere to drop them. So, like, oh, it's so painful. Like, please, take this shit out. Like, why? Why am I being punished like this? It doesn't make sense from a game design perspective. Like, why would you want your players to suffer? It's just so nonsensical. The only thing I can believe is it's just lazy. Like, no one ever actually like tested this, where they were like, oh, okay, well, I just have to jump across. I don't have anyone in my team who like can fly or has a ranged attack or anything. And, like, we're never actually going to just test what it's like to jump across. Because you can jump across on the other side. This side is just fucked. It's complete bullshit. I hate it so far. Like, how long have I been doing this for? Like, this is absurd. This is an example of a game just completely taking a piss on your time. Like, there's no respect for you whatsoever. And it's not even like this was a deliberate challenge that someone put in the game. As I say, it's just lazy. It's just bad map design, bad game design. Like, why? Why do I have to do a pixel-perfect jump in a 3D beat-em-up action RPG? Who, like, there's no conceivable way someone added this in deliberately and was like, this improves the game. There's just no way. It's just, I refuse to believe that anyone did that. And I'm just stuck here. I'm literally stuck. Like, how long am I going to do this? I can't. I can't. I literally can't. I'm sorry. I'm going to lose my mental and just turn this fucking piece of shit off. We're going to get someone who has a ranged attack or flight or something, because obviously, apparently, I'm a piece of shit for wanting to play the game and not play the game, you know, whatever. Like, I don't, whatever. It is what it is, you know, and we're just, as I said, I'm just not going to spend 20 minutes trying to make that jump and just getting progressively more and more angry at the game for, you know, for being crap, basically. So, I'll bring someone who can just fly or break it or whatever, I don't care, it doesn't matter. As I said, like, there's a limit to, like, how much challenge I'm going to accept as a solo, and that's just unacceptable. I'm not spending 20 minutes just pathing back up a set of stairs just to fail a jump that needs to be pixel perfect for some completely, like, inscrutable and nonsensical reason. Like, there is no reason for that to be like that. It's not challenge, it's not anything, it's literally just like a bit of crappy map design and crappy level design that I, as a player, and, you know, just getting my freaking head kicked in for over and over and over again. Like, some characters can just make it over this. Some characters just can't. Most characters can't. And that's just how it is. And it's stupid and it shouldn't be like that. And I don't fucking understand. Like, all I can do now is just talk about this for the next 2 minutes. And this is why I really freaking tried to actually make the jump. Because, like, the last thing I want to do now is just spend 2 minutes, like, staring at this screen, wandering around, and I can't play the game because I need to get rid of this guy, and there are no bottomless pits or anything I can throw him down. Like, I can go halfway across the map this way and I can throw him in this pit. And honestly, it's probably the thing to do because it'll be faster. I am so molding that I have to do this. It's so wrong. Like, ugh, whatever. Anyway, I trust that anyone who, like, watches that can understand why I do that.
Let this stop me.
Like, I really tried. I really did. Like, you saw me just beat my head against a wall that is, like, you know, against, like, just beat my head against the map and just fail over and over and over and over and over and over again. And it's like, if I jump a millisecond later, it won't actually let me jump. I'll literally just fall off the edge. It genuinely is just broken map design, and it makes me so angry. And I know it's like, oh, okay, this is never going to be fixed. This is old game. You choose it. Blah blah blah. I don't care. I don't care.
Thanks for saving me. But, well...
Anyway, I've wasted way too much time in this stupid room, so we're just going to literally leave. I don't care. No.
It's good to see you. Yeah.
Very good. If you...
You're not going any further. Mine since. Oh, why do you? That will do nicely. It has been a pleasure.
Oh, what the heck?
I would have.
Oh my god. I pressed the wrong button by accident, so we don't do the boss fight. That sucks. Oh well. I'll kill her in the qualifying exam.
It's pain time.
Now the question is whether I should come over here and get this homing beacon. I can't get the one on this side. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this game.
Well, what have we...
Wait, no, this is the side I can't get it on.
The Juggernaut wins again. Why do it?
I'm so annoyed with myself that I did that with the boss.
About time you people got here. Name's Kid. I'm being... That's good.
And yeah, I do want to get this homing beacon. I don't care about anything else. I just want to get this so I can have some bonus EXP later. Oh, that's right. I kind of have to rescue these jerks.
Why do it?
I'm just ignoring you. I don't care. I get literally nothing for interacting with these guys, I don't think, so... We just push on. And here we just want the qualifying exam, which I can go do immediately, so at least we do get a death strike fight.
Should've got out of my way.
It's not going to be particularly troublesome as a Juggernaut. We should kill her nice and comfortably.
I'm getting out of here.
We're getting out of here. Go. We'll go grab the prisoners from Mr. Sinister and get our EXP.
Where are you going? Oh yeah, I'm unstoppable. Greetings, oh gather. Yeah, no,
Man, the game really gives you a minute to kill 2 enemies and break 2 breakers. But I suppose there's a world where like you have like, I don't know, Phoenix, Storm. I'm trying to think like of a whole team of people who can't break. I can't believe it! I can't believe it! Having a
me now.
pardon me. But yeah, it would be like what? Phoenix, Scarlet Witch, Storm, and I don't even know, maybe.
Get out of my way.
I really, pardon me, I really don't know. Like, I can't think of a team who like would have to just kill them with auto attacks, but also do very low damage with auto attacks. Because anyone with like might or like decent strike will do okay damage.
Juggernaut.
And if you have any melee characters, like most melee abilities will just one-shot environmental things, or like 2-shot at the most. So you have like, I don't know, Toad, Wolverine, Sabretooth. And then like a lot of energy damage abilities can just break them in one shot. So, even like, I don't know, Cyclops can optic beam it, blah blah blah. So I just don't see why you need a minute to do that. But
Crikey, stop the puck.
people would probably get a bit miffed if the timer was, too stingy. Better a generous timer than an unfair timer, I suppose. And these guys, dangerous.
Well, that was getting you. Anytime.
But, as you can see, the danger is not that great when you can kind of just walk through and walk over them. And yeah, that ability that like reflects damage is team-wide. So if you really want to just clap cheeks in melee, bring Toad and Juggernaut. Because Juggernaut will give everyone damage reduction and damage reflection, and Toad will give everyone extra damage and extra attack speed. And you can chuck in Phoenix or something. Someone who gives everyone like added energy damage or mental damage or something on their physical attacks. It's a little bit risky. And despite my frustration with that jump, this has been very clean and quite easy. Let's do our qualifying exam.
Juggernaut. Yeah. Let's stop them.
The training course is activated. Begin.
This is going to hurt you a lot more than it's going to hurt me.
And as you can see, the reflected damage is non-trivial. Especially because it's like, it's damage you're not taking that now they're taking.
Congratulations.
So, you know, you're kind of getting the best of both worlds. Anyway, let's grab some
I might remind you, all sales are
extra energy and health pots, and probably want to pick this up for later. Skill wise, we want to keep buffing that. Yeah, we'll probably get another point in that. And why not? Oh yeah. And we're gonna go do the secret bonus area because we're strong as we can. And these guys are not that dangerous when you can just bully them in a corner with perma-stuns. Yeah, now you guys are the ones getting chained to the side. How does it feel? How does it feel? Out of here, you grunk. On your grunk flag.
Should have got out of my way.
On your bike, big boy, get out of here. We have a good clap abyss, and we have no ultimate, but you're going to see this is not going to be a hard fight at all. Of course, I didn't open the doors earlier because I'm in doors.
Whoa, hold up there,
Whoa, hold up there, mate. I mean, I can probably get a level before he, before the door opens. So. Very nice. If there are no tyrants, gonna kill me from behind. Let's just push through since I got that level. So this one is really bad, but when you have Path of Destruction, it's quite good. So we're gonna just hold off on that for now. We don't want this. We're not gonna use this. This is good if you play Juggernaut with a, you know, with a team like Storm or Pyro or something, you know. It'll do really nicely. And Sidorak's Folly, very good. So let's grab that. Extra point in Critical Strike, because why not? It helps against bosses. And we're going to be getting a redistribute anyway, so. I'm going to grab an EP pot or something. Be nice. Yep, there we go. Beautiful. And let's go clap this guy. Yes, it does. Not being able to control my character while you do nothing for 7 seconds and we just stare awkwardly is very soft.
I hope you appreciate the gravity of this situation.
And he will beat you up a little bit if you don't have the shield up. Like, you really notice the how much protection it gives you. It's really significant. And we'll always go around and break all these loops because you only have 5 EP plus. I probably should have bought some before coming in here, but I am lazy and I'm pretty confident with the tools we have. But we'll do a loop. Be safe. Because you can get quite beaten up on the blimp. So let's not take too much of a risk. Here we go. This pattern is fantastic, I know. If anyone is listening, obviously riveted. You'll never be able to turn this off. And lots of nice barrels in here. Let's go grab a bunch. We got a minute. My camera would cooperate even the tiniest bit. I can't even move it manually. It's genuinely griefing me right now. That's plenty.
Catch!
You've had it. The Juggernaut wins again. Ooh, yeah.
Catch!
Stop these jokers.
I hate that.
This
Like, you can't have any enemies between you and the thing you want to throw this at, or it will just throw it at them because of the absurd auto-targeting.
title of this game. Oh, I'll never tire of this game.
Ooh, yeah, I'm unstoppable.
I don't know, mate. It might be in your best interest to get tired of this game, considering you are getting wrecked. And here we are. Act 1 has been, you know, aside from the frustrations of the jump, which, you know, is kind of universal if you can't fly or have a double jump or some kind of movement ability
Wins again.
or a range ability. This has been a very smooth and simple Act 1, as I said. But to the extent that we are at any risk of losing, the risk will come in areas like, well, Act 2 is always a little bit dicey because we're still, you know, we're still going to be using this kind of like leveling build, just kind of hacked together build. And there's really dangerous mobs in Act 2, particularly where they drop down from the caves and blah blah blah. So Act 2, always scary. Act 2 boss, always potentially very, very freaking scary. But we will at least have some reflect damage. So if we genuinely are just being like, you know, having a CC train run on us in the corner, you know, at least there's the potential for them to just kill themselves if we have enough potions to, you know, thug it out. But we may not. That fight is just very wearing on your resources. It's a long fight. However, we will have good damage, so you know, hopefully we can keep the clones culled before they can get to be a big issue. But then Act 3, always potentially a struggle. We don't have an invincibility button for Sugarman, unlike Rogue, but we do have speed, and speed is good. But yeah. Anyway, hold on. Hold on. Yeah, let's just save. Let's not. Not take any crazy risks here. I don't want my game to crash. And we're off to Act 2. And I'll be wrapping this stream up. Hopefully, anyone who tuned in got to see something interesting. I hope you can see just how different a game it is. Wow, I can actually watch the cutscene. Let's watch the cutscene.
Understood. Have a pleasant evening, Beast.
And you as well, Charles.
I had come here for the Xavier protocols, but I can make use of you as well. Let's get to the sub-basement. We can deal with our new pet later. You'll be blind without Cerebro, Xavier.
And that's why the expansion is blown up in Act 4.
Apocalypse has in. I'm afraid so. All that of utmost.
But here we are, Act 2. I'm going to go ahead and save, and tomorrow we shall continue. And as I say, Act 2, always a little bit dicey, because, you know, just things are just getting a little bit rough, and you still haven't got your full build on. But anyway, we'll leave that for next time. Until then, take care. Thanks to anyone who tuned in, and see you tomorrow.